Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Timsy Naked Tarot. I thought now would be a good time to do another world event read. So, here we go then. We have got my risk cards, which are, well, as far as I know, quite unique risk cards. They're obviously not that unique. They come out of a game, which means there's probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions of them out there somewhere. But these particular ones don't have the type of soldier on. They don't have the infantry, cavalry or artillery pieces on them. And so they are just literally a location, which was ideal for what I was looking for when I was looking for something to do this with. So we have got North Africa is the location of where we are doing a read about. So then, after we do that, we just ask the universe, well, what do you want to tell us about North Africa? Okay, so we just cut the deck like that. Give it a shuffle until it spits out some cards. And there you go. And I think that's the read. And I'm going to just draw basically what I would call an event card, which is the Six of Pentacles. Well, okay, I've just consulted my little list of world events, which me and the universe, we work on this every new moon. Basically, I have a list of things, quite big things, what could happen in the world. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods, droughts, famines, feasts, and etc. And I'll go through the deck and I basically pull a card for each one and see what each one represents and means. Now, on my list, we haven't got anything currently for the Six of Pentacles, or the Six of Coins, if you want to call it by its name on the card. Nothing current anyway. Okay, so I'm going to take this as there is an old one. The old one was like space weather / solar weather. Now, as it's an old one, I'm going to say possibly there is going to be some sort of discovery, like a archaeological discovery in North Africa, or a scientific discovery in North Africa, which is going to indicate, I don't know, an asteroid strike or something like that. Barring that, it's balancing. But it's not balancing, it's things being out of balance. So there could be a little bit of civil unrest in North Africa. There could be perhaps, I don't know, the starts of a famine, a start of something like that, which is going to unbalance the nation or that region. So let's crack on with these cards what come out. We got a Queen of Coins, we got a Two of Coins. It could be very financial. We got the Five of Coins in reverse. We got a Knight of Coins. We got, how many more have I got? We'll put that one underneath that, I think. I think that might be better, like that. We got a Knight of Coins in reverse as well. We got, the Seven of Cups, something different than coins. A Tower in reverse as well. And the Sun in reverse. Okay, well, I talked about solar weather and space weather, and there we have the Sun in reverse. So that we could be indicating a coming drought. And yeah, I know I'm talking about North Africa, which is quite a dry, desertous region, but I mean a more extreme dryness than they are used to. Generally speaking, the Queen of Coins is sort of mother nurturing. So perhaps the government in these regions will be trying to do the best to help the people they have, trying to nurture things along, trying to keep things going. But there is a juggling going on as well. This juggling, the Two of Pentacles, is kind of a juggling between trying to get out of financial hardship, which is the Five of Pentacles in reverse, but also trying to keep their people well enough fed, in a good enough way of living. With the Knight of Coins coming out there at the end, well, the Knight of Coins is a well-planned person who takes his time, or her time in this particular case, because it's a her on the Knight, but it takes their time to work out all the things that they want to do. The plan and the execution of and everything else takes time and effort, and it sits there and it takes that time and effort, but that's what makes it so slow. So in reverse, though, it's a little bit more rushed and hasty, which sort of says perhaps they're going to sort of rush things through to try to help all this out, but make things a little bit worse. It's not going to be well planned, and it might backfire on them in the future. Okay. So then we come on to the Seven of Cups, the Tower and the Sun. Now, the Tower and the Sun are in reverse as well, by the way. So the Seven of Cups, well, that's all about choices, okay? Or the illusion of having choices. The Tower in reverse, a lot of people say that the Tower in reverse is a real irreversible tower within your life, but we're not talking about your life. We're talking about a whole nation or a whole region of, well, a continent in this particular case. And I don't think it's an irreversible. I always feel the Tower is, when it's in reverse, is something you can see coming. Okay, you can see it's on the horizon. You can take steps to go round it if you don't want to tackle it. You know what the Tower's about and everything, and it's like, yeah, we're not going down that road. We can go round it. Now, the problem with going round the Tower is it's always there. In a military sort of concept, if that was an enemy tower, you're literally leaving your enemy behind you. They can then outflank you and do you harm on your food caravans and things which come in behind every army to feed and supply them. And so it is saying this is avoidable. We can avoid it. We can move around it. But the problem is, by moving around it means it's still there. It still has to be tackled at some point. With the Sun, this is causing unrest. I am getting unrest. So there is going to be a little bit of, not necessarily civil unrest as in riots, but maybe more of peaceful demonstrations and people demanding that the Tower gets sorted, even though they don't want it sorted themselves. Now, we're now harping back to the Seven of Cups. Well, that will be the choices which the governments of this area have to actually tackle and have to deal with it. Bearing in mind, the Five of Coins is suggesting they're coming out of some sort of poverty, some sort of financial hardship. But that has been causing a cost on the people, because the Queen of Coins is representing sort of a generosity and a nurturing energy. And so there is still not a balance between the people and the finance, or the governments trying to sort out the financial capital of their countries in that area, which is that Two of Coins, the juggling of it. The choices what are open to them may actually flip the Tower the right way up, could cause the Tower. If they go down the wrong road, it could spark something bigger than a small bit of civil unrest with peaceful riots. Peaceful riots? Can you have peaceful riots? I'm not sure. With peaceful demonstrations. I am getting the feel from this, though, there is going to be some sort of more extreme drought than normal. There may be like crop failures and the like coming up in the next few months to a year. I do kind of push this one out a little bit further than most of my reads, but it is read about the future at the end of the day. So it could actually be at any time. Okay, this could be 10, 15 years down the line. The universe is just giving me this information. But generally, I'm asking for it to be about up to a year in advance. Okay, so yeah, some kind of drought, some kind of civil unrest, and an avoidable problem, which could nip a lot of it in the bud. I don't think it can nip the drought in the bud, but it could be that they have crops what do better in drought conditions, and the governments haven't released them to the public where they could have done with that tower in reverse there. They could see that there's a pattern going with the crop yields dropping and all that, so they could be thinking it's time to put this crop in because they can get good yields of this in dry weather. I don't know if there is a crop like that at all, but there could be somewhere. So yeah, that is kind of it. Okay, so thank you very much for your time. Hopefully you enjoy this read. I am doing a giveaway this month, and it is if you comment on any of my videos. So even if you comment on this one, you will still be putting it to the giveaway. The giveaway is a handmade wax melt burner / scented oil, or you can even put your sage in it and heat your sage up and cleanse your surroundings with it. And that is what I'm giving away. If you want to see what it looks like, please feel free to go to my random playlist. It is the last video I posted on the random playlist, so if you look for most recent, you should find it, and then you can see what it actually looks like. Okay, thank you very much, and catch you all soon.